Hey everybody, we're going to jump into this ranked draft, Core Set 2020. It's a best of 3. We're going to... Oh no, wait, this is ranked is not what we want. Sorry, I'm lying. We're going to go to what I want, which is traditional. Traditional, that's what I meant to say. We're going to do a traditional draft, Core Set 2020, that's best of 3. And I want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom, before we head in. You know by now, Card Kingdom. Have you checked them out? Have you gone to my affiliate link and clicked it? Have you bought cards when you've got there after clicking my affiliate link? Those are the things you can do to help my stream. And Card Kingdom will do what they can to help you with your paper game. Whatever you need to make tabletop magic more magical, they've got it for you. Supplies, singles, sealed product, old stuff, new stuff. They really want to be the one-stop shop for you when it comes to Magic, that you know that you go there, get everything you need, get it quickly, and get exactly what you expect, and they deliver. So I can wholeheartedly endorse them because I use them all the time because of how reliable they are. So please check out Card Kingdom, and please do so through my link down below if you really want to help out this stream. Thanks, everybody. Let's kick it. Literally forgot this was in the set. Just feel like I haven't seen it in a million years. We could take it for gems, but obviously it's just a gem pick. If we don't take the gem pick, we can take Scampering Scorcher to try to build around the fun red uncommon, or take the straight up Siphon. These are the two picks that stand out to me, but this is a case where if I were to take one of these two, it would be Scorcher, but I think I'm going to take gems. Because Scorcher at least has a build around nature that can exceed the expectations surrounding gems. But it's pretty, yeah, it's best of 3, pretty garbagey. I'm going to take the cage here. Get me some gems. Boreal. I like Boreal Elemental out of this pack. Soul Salvage is somewhat appealing, but pretty straightforward Boreal Elemental here. Really nothing competing with it. And then we get a nice Leafkin Druid. Pattern Matcher catches the eye, but I'm down for the Druid here. Head towards possible Teamer Elementals combination of some kind. Pulse is fine too, but I just think Leafkin Druid is exactly where we want to be if we're heading down this path, so let's do it. Another Druid, another Boreal Elemental. Wow. I'm going to take another Elemental. Because if we get knocked out of green, that's okay, but I'd like to cling to blue if possible. Altar is interesting, but Elemental me, please. Actually, not that close to switch colors for an Altar over just a super solid pick like Boreal Elemental, although we will take, of course, the Thief here and see if we end up blue-black. Octoprophet is probably the pick just because we really do want to stay blue. And then said Scorpion is okay, but I don't know if we're green or blue. So I'm going to take Prophet to stay in the one color we're pretty certain of here. We could grab a Sweetwater Cliffs if we wanted to be leaning towards Teamer Elementals. We can grab a Soul Salvage if we think we're a Thief, if we're black-blue. I think we're probably more... I feel closer to black-blue right now than Teamer Elementals. So I'm going to take the Soul Salvage. Yeah, white's always looking open, but I'm going to say farewell. Sprite is solid, but it's pretty replaceable to me, so I'm going to take the Soul Salvage because it's so good if we end up in blue-black. Get to this view. I like a Befuddle over a Sage's Row. Backwater. Fine pickup here. Starting to solidify us in this direction, although Zephyr Charge or a Sentinel. I guess I'll take Zephyr Charge on the chance that this is brought in from the board for some shenanigans. Although here's another one. We didn't really need that. We'll take a Prismite here. I'll leave it in for now. All the Zephyr charges. Yeah, is white open? White might be open. Oh well. Go on and be open, white. We're doing other things. Gems or blood for bones. Still only have 2 black cards. No blue cards to speak of here, but no real green cards either. There's a Netcaster Spider. Blood for Bones probably the best card. Just don't really have the tools for it yet, but maybe we'll wheel a Skelly. We could just take gems, of course. Yeah, Blood for Bones is all right. I'm just going to take gems, though. More yucky. We could take... I mean, you take a green card. We could take, like, a Pulse and head back towards Teamer, but I really wanted to stay black. There's just nothing appealing about it here. Gift of Paradise. Yuck. This just is weak. I just think we probably want the Boneclad, even though it's not amazing. Like, I know we don't want to take this. We're trying to find reasons to take something else, but I just don't think we're really the green deck. I'd rather move into the black side of town, so I am going to take Necromancer. Skelly here, but let's grab a Seer. More soul salvaging. But I think we want a Vulture. Funny, we're getting some cards that could have really supported the elementals, but we're kind of locked into this plan now. And I don't hate it. I think we're in a pretty good place. Take a Bone Splinters over Paralysis or Drake on the expectation that we'll find a Skelly or 2 before the end of this. We can take a Heart Piercer Bow on the chance. It is a best of 1, so even 1 in the board isn't bad, but I still think we just probably want a Splinters. Nice. Maybe we are in the right place and we're just getting unlucky packs. Oh, maybe we are in the right place and we had been getting unlucky packs. Now it's coming together. Oop, that's not what I was trying to pull. Trying to pull this Prismite out. Did I say best of 1? This is best of 3. In fact, here, let me update this stuff so anybody jumping in knows what we're really doing here. All right. Take the Cove to set up a splash. Take a Dragonfire for Desperation removal. But we already had Disfigure, Befuddle, Murder. So maybe, and Bone Splinters. So probably don't need Dragonfire. Salvager. Mike suggests Salvager. Probably not playing Salvager, but probably not playing Vial either. I think I'm going to take the Vial because there are places where it's like, oh man, they're just overwhelming with little stuff. We need all the stuff to take care of early threats we can. I think the zombie is basically that bad at for pack 2, pick 8 for taking your first one. I can't think of the sequence here or the... I mean, I guess our 4s are empty, so if for some reason we just got Servant after Servant after Servant, we could consider it. But I find Servant plan to be pretty marginal given how powerful flyers tend to be in the format. Yeah, I'm going to take Vial, but we'll put it in the board for right now. All right, here we go. Talking about wanting to get a Skelly. You got one of those now. We have a Bone Splinters sack. Mind Rot number 1, Befuddle number 2. I don't think we're ever playing 2 Befuddles, but I could see a world where we're bringing in a Mind Rot, so we'll throw that in the board. All of the Zephyr charges that we don't need. We're going to take Vault Progress. Duress. Look at this. Now I'm super sad. Looks like red was wide open. We just didn't find the lane. If we're ever playing this, I'm going to take a befuddle. I don't think it matters. I'll take an airstrike in case we end up with a red splash that we want to. We have 4x of rares, not of mythics, though. All the befuddles. Oh, man, Leyline! Leyline! And there's, like, nothing for us here, so at least it's an easy gem pick, but come on. All right, take gems. You might be right, Mike. I'm not going to worry about that one, though. Winged Words over the bow here. Jumps out at me. Thief. All right. Get in our deck. More mana security here. Although we could just take a Blood Burglar. I don't think we have a ton of 2s. Yeah, we have don't have a ton of 2s. We have exactly 0 2s. So 0 2s means we take the Blood Burglar here and try and shore that up a little bit further. Here's another Blood Burglar. We're going to take that over the axe. Maybe we wheel the axe, but I've not really been playing axes. Sprite is good on 2 as well. Yeah, there was definitely a Teamer Elemental deck that we could have ended up in. We just broke towards black. And so here we are. Soul Salvage number 2 would probably get played here. But we can also just do Blade Brand. I think I like having my first Blade Brand over a second Soul Salvage. Close one, though. Anticipate is at least a 2. We would play that on 2. Here's another 2. All right, so we managed to shore up our 2s. And I'm going to take Convolute over a Denizen that I don't want to play. We have 7 million befuddles. So how many of those do you want to play? I'm going to say 1, maybe. Maybe Epicure could find a home. I don't know where we're gaining life, though. Not really. And we have 2 befuddles there and, like, another befuddle here. So, yeah, I'm just going to take Epicure in case. Sure, all the befuddles. Well, I think we have no cuts currently. We had Dismal Backwater and 24 cards. So right now this is our deck. Could be the fastest build ever. Unless we find something we're interested in bringing in here. Not playing this, not playing this, not playing this, not playing this, not playing either of these. Maybe we could justify maybe the Vial, but I think this is just our deck. Here's our deck. Welcome to your deck. We're going to call this Precon because we didn't do anything. It's just ready to go. Yeah, but befuddle for Vial, maybe. We have 2 befuddles. Yeah, I'll cut one, but I thought we only had 1 befuddle. I'll cut a befuddle for Vial. Capture that instead. This isn't the worst, not the best, but you'll see. We'll win. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Par though. Hard to say more than par 2, but I will go par 2. I think we can win 2 matches with this. Yeah, we passed a Blood for Bones for some gems. Maybe that's hurting us with our low playables, but we'll be fine, Mike. 5 win incoming. Keep this. A lot of islands here. That seems imminently viable. And could just not show him the vial, but we already have our target, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think the jury is out. I think it's a good card, but you want to build around it a bit. You want to have a couple of skeletons in your deck, you know? It's a good card when you've picked up your skellies. Well, with Befuddle, we may even get, do we attack? See if they want to trade? Yeah, I'm going to see if... it's somewhat risky because they might just take this. But it's a 2-point life swing if they do. We got the murder. We got the vial. I'm just going to vial now then. And we will look to Befuddle with the Blood Burglar later. Maybe take out the Destructive Digger through some Befuddle shenanigans. Yeah, Mike, as Mike points out, we needed to do it on our turn so they didn't get to pump mana. Alright, they'll almost certainly block the Sentinel. I mean, that's practically what the card is meant to do. So we'll at least get some value out of the Sentinel here. Although, what else are they doing? They seem to be rolling over their hand like maybe they've got a pump spell. Let's see if there's a pause after we declare attackers. It may determine whether we go for the Befuddle play. I guess Befuddle is fine. Even if they make it a 5/5, Befuddle reduces it to the point that it can't kill the Blood Burglar. So probably Blood Burgling regardless, and I'm fully expecting Oppo to make the block here. Oh, wow, you're gonna do it that way, huh? Okay, well, we're gonna just, well, let's see, it gets big. Do we 2 for 1 or 1 for 1? Because we can Befuddle here, and then it all bounces, or we can murder, but then we used a murder on a Greenwood Sentinel. It was a 2 for 1. But we might just want to save this for later. Mike's into the murder. Fenner's like Befuddle for sure. I think we save the murder. I'm in on saving the murder. Yeah, and they did it before blocks, which was really tempting to blow them out with. But I like this. I like this line. Do not like that draw. Our deck really needs to stop giving us islands here, or we are going to have trouble winning this game. Incoming swamps now. Ugh, very marginal cards over there, but Oppo has more of them than we do, is the problem. Now do we need to actually murder a Courser? That seems really sad, too. I'm going to stay back on D now. Mike wants to play out second Burglar and pass, but I want to keep Murder up. Maybe we don't need to keep Murder up, Mike? Is that what you're suggesting? Yeah, I guess Burglar does double block. At least threatens to, and they're down to 2 cards. Alright, we'll present a double block. I kind of like having Murder up, but we can just, we can untap and have Murder available. Well, we're going to just pass. I mean, quote, just pass, but just passing with Murder is not the worst. But yeah, presenting a double block is fine. If they play something worth murdering, we can consider that at that point. Now I kind of want to double block the destructive... Well... Alright. I'm just going to do this. Why do you want just one, Mike? Because, yeah, they might have a trick, but this is, so if we block both, they have to make one trade. I know they have a trick, I'm just saying, because of the trick, I want to block both. Okay, that's cool. Now we should be stable. We can trade off the Cutthroat We can even go Cutthroat Murder if we thought, but that only makes us a 3-2. Well, I am Bat Meme. If trades are bad for us, how bad is losing? How bad is reducing our life total to 0? Yeah, I don't think it will. Auto Tapper is actually decent when you have nothing but basics and clear spells in hand. See, like, if we did that, it leaves us the black. I mean, I always check, but the Auto Tapper is bad in certain situations, this is not being one of them. But I always check. Just check, just roll over and check. Alright, so now we can drop Cutthroat. Yeah, I gotta get rid of the Digger, I suppose, but kind of gotta get rid of this Raider. So we're gonna take the 3 and kill the Raider. Trade with the Digger. Then we're just down to 1 Courser we have to manage, and hopefully we can find the tools to do it before we're dead. And why do you want to trade? I want to trade with the Digger because the Digger is a bigger long game problem. That's why I'm going with the Digger death here. Both of them attack for 3. One of them draws them cards to boot in the late game. All right, Skelly. Got a job for you, buddy. All we got is skeleton and land. Yeah, I was glad to hear Marshall and Luis come up a little bit, at least in their heads, at least in the abstract. It's not even like they said, we're coming up on Season of Growth and this is why. They just kind of said, we must be wrong on Season of Growth. Everybody says this better than... but I would have liked to have heard them explain why they were undervaluing it, but okay. That's all right. We're gonna get a nice action spell right off the top here. Here it comes. Ready? Boom. Good. We can scry away any pesky lands and trade off for the Courser. Ooh, and we'll go ahead and take Thief into Anticipate. Yeah, Anticipate's better than a random draw, because for 2 mana we can get a quality draw. Although, I don't know if we're ever attacking with the Thief at this point. Maybe we need to go for something better than the Thief, even. It's still a creature, right? It blocks. Alright, we'll keep it. And we're still okay. I looked at what they were tapping and thought it was... It's not like we were drawing cards. We were only scrying. I almost bottomed the Thief, but I think we just are happy with any creatures here to tangle with what Oppo's got going on. If they send in everything, we're going to put Prophet and Skelly on the Golem. We're having to take 3 to do this, but I think it's worth it. I mean, the other play is to go Prophet here for the single trade and chump here, but then we draw a Thief that cannot combine to trade for the Golem, so we got to try and take this Golem out right now. And we don't even need to reanimate the Skelly, because it should survive. If they have Tricks, we're in deep trouble, but I'm not playing around Tricks for that reason. Tracker is a kind of, I don't know why, I just kind of threw that land out. Again, I'm not really, I don't have a good heuristic on when I'm playing lands. I just kind of did it arbitrarily there. We do have potential card draw, which is kind of a reason to do it, but we have so much it's not going to be that relevant, I think. How can we kill this tracker? Because now the tracker is going to take over this game. Main phase, anticipate, looking for action. Okay, bone splinters. I think we need to take the bone splinters and get rid of this. I love both of these, obviously. Very sad to send these away, but bone splinters with Skelly gets rid of the tracker, which we're going to lose to. And if we do it now, we can still get it back and replay. Let's do that. Really up against it here. I think advantage bar is still far, far, far in Oppo's favor. This being why, you know, they've got the Season of Growth tools, they've got a known Digger, they've got way more cards in hand than us. We've just flooded out this game, and we're trying to recover from that rough start. I don't even think we're mostly dead yet. We have, they still don't have the means to get us, you know? Must be more targeted stuff. We can't. Now we lose. Like just the mere fact that they have attacked with the Healer of the Glade makes me think we're deader than dead. But we're gonna play like they don't have it, even though they're attacking like they do. Shocking. Getting to the point where feeling like we need to find a way to win this match. Don't want to lose to Healer of the Glade as an arbitrary inclusion in a Wolfkin Bond growth cycle deck. It's humiliating. Ugh, and Scorch Spitter? We better find a way. Not this game, but we'll try and find a way. That's the thing, Deacon. I do not think that Trailblazer is a reason to be playing healers or spitters. Well, it's not like we have sideboards. Unless we think more Befuddles is good. Windraven, yes, we can withhold judgment. I don't know what the whole deck is. I suppose there's some world in which they have so many Trailblazers that those cards become worth it, but they're pretty rough without it. Yeah, we could have brought in Epic here just for beef, I suppose, and the Blood Burglar gains some life. We're going to keep this on the strength of Skeleton, Bone Splinters, and Burglar, but we need some blue. Yeah, if we go to 3, we can consider bringing in more befuddles over counter magic, but counter magic can still do stuff. Wrong land deck. Okay, there we go. Right land deck, thank you. Oppo stumbling. Let's see if we can punish. A lot of blue-black. You can look... If you look at the spreadsheet, you can sort by this format and just take a look. I'm going to anticipate for land, then we can think about bone splintering, but let's find ourselves a 5th land. And we can go ahead and take a backwater for what it matters. It's not a big deal either way. I guess we get a life. Splinters on Courser. I'm going to say yes, because we're trying to keep the pressure going, and I don't want them to have a creature to do shenanigans with Season of Growth on. And we're going to follow up with an elemental that if they don't find flyer prevention, may just get all the way alongside this sprite. Well, here's where Befuddle might be better than Convolute, although we really want to Boreal this turn anyway. We're going to offer up Blood Burglar for the Digger, because we want to keep trying to trade with creatures and make their Season of Growth less effective. We could keep the Convolute up here, but nah, we're just going to keep the pressure up in this guy. Make him beat this. It doesn't really matter. We can play the Boneclad, but if we pump in the air, we put them on a 1-turn clock with Boreal. So even though we could play Boneclad, I'm going to go ahead and pump, and we can return the Skeleton and play that instead. I'm raising my eyebrow, Bat Meme. 4+ color dude playing healers to buy time? That does not sound like a shop king to me, but okay. I believe you. I'm just saying that doesn't seem like sound strategy to me. Maybe I should have left the Convolute. I should have left the Convolute up. All we're losing to is them doing something on Boreal, so I definitely should have left the Convolute up. Little punt there. And there you go. Like, if I had kept up the Convolute, we'd just win. We're still okay, because now they have a forced block. Yeah, it was real bad. Convolute now is probably going to save us from the pump spell that was going to save the dragon, at least. Haha, you guys can't pump me. That was silly, though. That was kind of bad. That was me autopiloting and not really thinking through what the needs of my turn were. If I'd thought that through, we would have done completely differently. We can't stop the card draw, but we get to convolute the cycle. But if we lose, okay, good. I got bailed out there. It's gonna be really sad if we somehow found a way to lose a game because I didn't really think through my turn there. Do we want? Yeah, I kind of like. Although convolute worked out all right there, but befuddle would have worked out all right there as well, and is a little bit more. It's not so reactive, so I kind of like that swap. We'll bring in a befuddle in this matchup. And we were talking about Epicure for some beef. Over what? Over what? What are we feeling like is not holding up its end of things here? It's a thing. I don't know what we... Yeah. Well, Mike... What do you like the swap though, Mike? Do you like bringing in a second befuddle? It feels like it's a pretty good matchup for befuddles. It nullifies those giant growths when they happen. And we draw a card for our trouble. Cutthroat. I don't want to cut any of my 2s. So it has to be like, maybe we can cut a befuddle and add an Epicure. We could do something like this. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this, actually. Stick with one befuddle, but we'll add in a 4/4. Help with the ground game a little bit. Yeah, where's Dionysus been? Hope he's all right. I feel like a perfect player without him around. We got to anticipate on 2 and... hopefully find what we need there. But this is a sweet start. Now we got good mana in both colors. Yeah, no punts all week. We can wait on the anticipate though, I suppose. If a punt falls in the forest and Dionysus isn't around to see it, is it really a mistake? I don't have the... any good things to sack to the splinters, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Blood Burglar here. And threaten a thief. Got our 5th land, so we're on track to get our elemental out in time. Was our MVP of last game. Good attack, Oppo. I decline. And if Oppo plays anything murderable, we're just going to do it and get in with our thief. Not murderable. In fact, our thief is going to be murdered instead. That's rough. Now what do we do?
You can't handle the heat.
Do we run out a creature into Chandra? I guess we do. I'm going to play the Blood Burglar, and it kind of offers up to Chandra, I know. But... the only value of Momir Buckeye is that it's a lark, you know, it's a wacky thing to do, but it's not expensive, so do it, see if you like it, and then decide if it's worth it. Yeah, I guess if we murder Digger, we can instead drop Boreal next turn and try to take out Chandra that way. Let's see. Yeah, we'll leave Murder up for now. Well, Murder Digger is just is if we want to keep our life total high. But I don't want to play the Burglar into Chandra, so there's not much else to do there. Now there's a reason to murder the Digger. Nice. All right, let's make him have something for Boreal Elemental here and try and work on that Chandra. A lot of digging from Oppo. A lot of land from us. Thief and Anticipate in Yard. I'm going to go ahead and play Blood Burglar. If they want to use Chandra's last activation to kill the Blood Burglar, I'm actually okay with that. I didn't want to leave Chandra, like let them minus Chandra and kill the Blood Burglar and Chandra's still around. But in this case, we threaten to block the Digger, and we also have Soul Salvage and only one creature in the yard. So if we end up with this trade, we could, if we want Soul Salvage back, the two creatures in the yard and try and apply some pressure in the other direction.
Whoosh! Up in flames.
They've got so many tricks in their deck that I'm reticent to leave a Boreal Elemental back to block. But we'll play a Cloudkin Seer and see what we see. Start here. They've got Pausing, which makes me think they do have a combat trick. We can draw nothing but land, apparently, this game. Can we win any kind of race? Probably not against combat tricks. But again, I don't want to put the Elemental in front. Well, maybe we will. We could put the Elemental in front, eat a combat trick with it, and then get it back. What do you think, Mike, of drawing out their combat trick with a Boreal Elemental block? Probably they attack with both. We go block, 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 block. They save the Courser and kill the Elemental, trade here, and then we bring Elemental back. Yeah, I kind of like... We're going to say no attacks and see if we can't scoop back these Elementals instead. All right, we're going to execute the plan. See what they want to do. Expecting a lot of dead stuff, and that's where we want it. Oh, they got two tricks. Okay. All right, with Boreal, we actually get Soul Salvage Boreal this turn, but we don't even need to show them the second Boreal. Let's go get the one in the yard. And definitely Boreal, and Cloudkin Seer gets us one card in the air. I guess the Thief isn't doing much on the ground here, so we will go ahead and get both of our Elementals. All right. Now, are we stable? I'm blocking if they attack, because I just want to keep trading for their tricks, especially if we get their tricks out of hand before they find their Season of Growth. And we'll go for the Digger here. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Right on. We get everything. We get Seer, Elemental, and Disfigure at the ready. they may have like another one of these that they're going to try and like just win the game with. So we got to keep that in mind. Ah, but they're done attacking. Great. I think we did it. We have already. Do we have any library? Yeah, we don't have any like. There's no clear the mind around here, so we're at 20 cards though. Should be fine to Gorger here. See what. Yeah, maybe we'll mill a Skelly. There's a good chance, but no. Right now, I'm going to send the Seer, since we seem to be holding off their army with the Elemental. If they suddenly change their mind and start attacking us with everything, we'll know maybe they picked up another trick. We really want to put... Like, man, if they get another growth... Oh, they only have one growth cycle in the yard. We did see two, right? So... Understandable that they're starting to do some digging. Puppies incoming. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that on their turn if they were going to do it, or do it on why they didn't do it on our turn if they were going to do it on their turn, but they didn't. What is the prophecy? No on island. I'm going to keep the thief again. They're producing some stuff for the ground. We might get a card off it eventually, but right now I just like threatening on the ground. Now with the 3/3 on the ground as well, I think we go ahead and attack with both big flyers. Well, not big. This isn't big, but you know what I mean. Put them on a clock in the air here and use Disfigure plus these two to handle Oppo's backswing. Should I disfigure their digger? It's kind of using it because it would be a sweet combat trick, but I also don't want them to keep drawing stuff. I guess we can wait at least till we untap, because we have plenty of land to do. We know what we're drawing anyway. Yeah, you're right, Mike. If they want to keep destroying their lands to try and dig out of this, that's fine for us. I'm in fact going to start really going hard in the air here. And use Disfigure plus Thief plus Octoprophet to try and hold the ground successfully. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite 9, but if they attack with everything and we can leave the Thief to live or something, then they could be in trouble. I think they're going to do a Desperation attack. And we're going to go here and here. You want to block the digger? I was figuring that we would disfigure the digger. That they would try and save it. Although I guess they might just try and win. Let's see. If we leave this, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have one growth cycle, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Growth cycle is 12 here. It's not 13. Might of Masses. They've already used one. I don't know if they're going to have two. But basically, I want to leave... yeah, you're right. I'll switch it. Really, a problem might be the Centaur Courser gets bumped, and like maybe we should just block the things that have 3 toughness, right? One reason to block the things that have 3 toughness, even though this one becomes a chump, is that if they go for some kind of win with Might of the Masses, we can instant kill 2 toughness creatures. So there is definitely an argument for doing it this way. Might would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, but that's still 12 as well. So Might and Growth do not kill us either way. But you like this line? You just want to, but what is it getting us? They're not, they can't might and kill us. So what is it actually getting us? Kill Digger with Disfigure? Yeah, see, I think doing the math and seeing that we end up on 12 anyway makes me just want to do it this way. And they don't even have anything anyway. I didn't want to save the Thief because we were happy to make trades that are offered, because we want to disfigure things like, for example, the Trailblazer that comes out after. We're going to disfigure the Trailblazer and just try and win in the air before they can get us on the ground. They're out of cards. And let's see, we're at 7. We crack with 5. We block their 3. We take 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So if they draw a trick, we lose, but I'm going to make them top deck us. We're going to attack for 5 and make them top deck. I guess we leave the slightly less fragile. Hold Boreal back. That's interesting. Yeah, because if we hold Boreal back, get in for... we bring him to 5, and then Elemental plus one of these. But what does that do for us? Right, if we lose Boreal to a block, we don't win, but if we lose a chump to a block, we don't care. Yeah, it gives us a better blocker, but we don't need a good blocker, we just need to not go to 0. So, I am going to attack thusly. If they draw, reduce, and get us... yeah, like we're dead to them drawing action. Removal or trick and we lose no matter what, so let's not put our game winner at risk. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they have anything. All right. Well, after an initial stumble, we found the match win there. All hail best of 3. Whew. Seems like it's been a long time for that to be just one match, but there you go. I am beverageless and could use a bio break, so why don't you give me a couple minutes? I'll be right back, and we'll keep going with this event. Hold on, please. Yeah, Mike's add-on to my spreadsheet is great. I have not applied it to mine yet, but Mike, it is on my list. Thanks for reminding people they can do that. All right. Huh. James is asking trivia questions. It's funny that's your trivia question, James, because my wife just showed up from work coming home sick. So get better, wifey. Sorry that's dragging you down. She gets to listen to me yammer about magic instead of designing stuff. Yeah, all right. No, I don't have any trivia thing. How are we doing? Yeah, we'll keep this. This Bone Splinters isn't looking good yet, but Disfigure will help us survive early, and profit into Boreal seems nice. East of 84, heading into the area and looking for suggestions for activities. 3 and 5. The Seattle Center is nice. There's a really cool fountain. Depending on the weather, if it happens to be like hot that day, you could even potentially play in the fountain. Lots to see. There's a children's museum slash play area. There's a cool children's center kind of at the Seattle Center as well. So Seattle Center in general is a good place to start, I think. We could disfigure this seer, but we're gonna get an elemental in the air eventually. It's gonna be a few turns. You always hate to disfigure something that's already drawn them a card, but it's either now or hold it up. I just think if we 3, 4, 5, and then on 5 it has to live and we can't really attack with it, I'm just gonna disfigure it. I don't know if that's correct exactly, but it felt like we were going to just take too much damage from that to just take 6 or whatever, and then count on our Boreal to be defense. Although, of course, getting that kitty might be nice too. We'll drop a profit here, though. Yeah, I hesitated to mention the Pike Place because there's some stuff that they'll like there, and, you know, they can wander around. I guess anybody can enjoy seeing the fish fly through the air or whatever, but I do think you're right that East, the beauty, the glory of the Pike Place market probably lost on preschoolers. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, Theo Tour is great. There you go. Although, they're just going to be anxious to get the chocolate, but still, that's a good one. There's a local chocolatier called Theo Chocolates, and they do tours. And you get to snack on lots of samples. So, Befuddle plus Blade Brand is super interesting for turns coming up. I think I'm just going to drop the Vulture now, and we'll try and... Ooh, that was a rough mill. Just nothing but action. Sent to the graveyard. Splinters the Trailblazer is interesting. It stops this from being able to attack successfully. Fire Elemental can still attack, though. Kind of like waiting, Mike, because then we can threaten to, like, double block the Fire Elemental, take from the Boreal. I guess maybe it's too much damage, though. Then we just take this one. Okay. All right, we'll do it this way and give up the Vulture. Oh. See, I think we had a couple ways to do this. Now we don't. What I wanted to do before the bow showed up is double block Boreal Elemental and Octoprophet on the Fire Elemental, befuddle the Fire Elemental, kill it, then next turn block the Boreal on the Boreal and Blade Brand, and thus get rid of both Fire and Boreal with our current configuration of cards. Heartpiercer Bow says, nope, you're going to have to do it this way. We're going to befuddle and Blade Brand to get rid of that thing, and then have to double block the Fire Elemental. Well, because we can't block and kill it. How do we kill the Boreal Elemental? I guess we just do this first and then do that after. Yeah, I guess that, but because the Boreal is going to take a point is the thing. Yeah, this is what I was expecting to happen. Oh wait, I'm gonna cancel. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're lucky. We barely get it. But let's go like this. It doesn't even matter that we're getting draws because we're using up everything to do what we're doing here. They clearly have other stuff. They're looking at their hands, and so I'm not sure that we're gonna get there. Okay, we got there. Great. Yeah, now Blood Burglar plus Octoprophet can at least do the double block. We're flooding out a bit, but can still work for us. Well, we milled 4 sweet spells. It was pretty rough mill when we went Boreal, Blood, Murder, Anticipate, or was it Winged Words too? Anyway, yeah, we had it. Or anyway, we had a rough go of it this time. And I'm gonna make this double block. We can't just sit here and take it. Man, they keep going up to their hand, but they didn't show anything last turn, so I'm making them have it this turn. Pretty much the best the Fire Elemental has ever been in this format, but Boneclad's nice. We get to threaten another trade. I guess the biggest thing I don't want to see back, even though I don't think they have much to do with that, I guess they could have a Trailblazer or Boreal. One of these two could be gotten back with that green card, and I guess Trailblazer is more threatening late game. Go sit in a corner, bat meme. Yeah, I'm not going to play around the rare. I'm going to play around the pulse. Continuing to make them draw something. They've not shown the ability to blow us out with blow out our double block. That didn't matter. It was all dead anyway. Sure, more land seems like what we totally want. Well, 2-for-1s aren't bad if they lead to a 3-turn clock that we can't deal with. Alright, well now we have to thief and stay back on blocks. Ugh. Surely they just drew that, or they could have blown us out in a myriad of ways previously. But no blocks. Alright, give us something so we don't have to chump, please. It'll be land. Another thief, okay. If they have, if this is a blank, we're okay. They get in for 2, we double block to take down the elemental, and they kill the Boreal Elemental, and then we have Thief for the Prismite. Of course, they have 2 spells. There are 2 cards to our, effectively, none. Oh, yeah, they do get both with Bo. Unfortunate, but we have no choice. We just want them to not play anything else. Don't play anything else? Okay, okay. Okay. Sure, deck. That's alright. Yeah, now we're dead. I guess we have soul salvages now. Nope. What do you know? More Teamer Elementals. I am ready for the new set. Let me tell you that. Convolute versus Befuddle was a choice before. We could add the Epicure back to add some beef on the ground. At least this trades 1-for-1 with the fire elementals that we saw. So I do think I want to bring in Epicure. What does Mind Rot get us? Just looking for some value there. You want to do something like cut Befuddle, Convolute, and add a Mind Rot? I really do want to put in the 4-4. I think Convolute's worse here. It's kind of why I wanted to cut it. But I think Mind Rot. Mike is suggesting Mind Rot. I would like Befuddle or Mind Rot, I think, is the final determiner. Yeah, I think I still like Befuddle. I see what you mean with the Mind Rot, but I'm just going to go with the Befuddle, Mike. Send this in. Well, we lost the first one in match 1. Came back to win 2. We're going to try that again here. This deck looks a little better, though, and that's a terrible hand. Keep this. And kind of want to ditch the Prophet. I want to keep all 3 lands. The Vial helps us survive. Wingwords helps us recover from the mulligan. Mike wants to ditch Boreal? Nah. I'm ditching Octoprophet. And we're going to go Vial on 2, Winged Words on 3, kill something on 4, and Boreal on 5. Yeah, I know, but Prophet sets up... But we don't need to set up draws with Scry because we're just going to straight draw with this. We could just... Yeah, I'll play this now, and then it disguises the Vial. And then on 3 we draw 2, and then on 4 we have Vial, sack Vial. Well, let's see if we can scare him with the Blade Brand, getting a free attack here. Yeah, sometimes we manage optimal things. Let's see if they decide to block this time. Because now we do have the Vial play, which I would do on the Weaponsmith if given the chance. If they block, we Vial sack. If not, we Blood Burglar Vial. Ah, they're going for it. All right. Well, they're going to get a bow out of this or whatever, but let's keep them to 1 bow, shall we? One known bow. Boreal can overcome a few bows, if that's their plan anyway. Strong. Yeah, 2 bows is rough for us, but we do have Epicure and Boreal. Maybe that'll be enough. But this Risen Reef is obviously a problem. We can 2-spell it, or we can just drop Boreal. Damage is... you know, we threaten 4 damage with these 2 and only 3 with this. Yeah, I could also just drop the Epicure. I'm actually going to go Blood Burglar, Vulture. I'm gonna go wide. Ooh, that's that pause means they have a shock, so actually we're gonna get one of these shocked. Yeah, not much we can do about the Risen Reef except play out threats. That's what we're trying. And that's good. If their play here is Sprite plus add a bow. They didn't equip the bow. I guess they're looking to potentially pump the Sprite. And I'm gonna go ahead and Epicure and then offer trades. Maybe it's unsummon, but we'll find out. Yeah, I could have swung both. You're right, Mike. They're never blocking the skeleton here. See if that 1 damage costs us. They could be at 17 right now. Too good. This card is too good. Soul Salvage, not the worst here. I'm gonna bluff attack with the skeleton. We've shown Blade Brand. Really up against it here, though, with this combo. And again, yeah, the density of... The density of elementals we saw was pretty high. Now they're double bowed, which locks us out of 2s. I don't know if it's a huge problem if they're trying to race. Like, we're great in a racing situation here. We just can't handle endless value off of the Risen Reef. All right. What do we have in the yard right now? We've got Burglar, Vulture. Trouble is, if we soul salvage, they'll know about the Cutthroat. We don't want 2 toughness back anyway, though, because of the bows. That doesn't really get us anywhere. So we only have 1 creature in the yard that even is good to soul salvage back at this point, so we are just going to wait. We will get back the Epicure, but maybe they'll kill our Elemental, and then we'll have a nice... nice thing to go out, nice thing to get back along with that 4. I just don't want to get a 2 toughness creature with our soul salvage on a board with 2 bows already. Okay. Although I think we actually have to disfigure the Boreal here instead of take out the Risen Reef. I'm still going to attack. Maybe they're sniping. Who knows? Maybe they're just playing it super safe with the Risen Reef. It's certainly fine to say, you know what, I treat the Reef like it's an enchantment. But this is suspicious as well. Not sure. Well, we can disfigure in response to an elemental if we want to kill the Reef. Unfortunate. All right, because that exiles it, so we can't get it back, but so be it. That's the way the ball bounces. Well, let's play this. Oh yeah, we have lethal. Let's see, how do we have lethal? Let's see how you see lethal. But we do get... Let's just disfigure the Reef. Well, let's do... Are we blocking or disfiguring is one of our main questions here. You don't want to do either? All right. Killing me, Smalls. Vulture just dies, though. We got 2 bows to deal with. If we soul salvage, we can't recast anything here. Or, sorry, not anything. We can't recast the Epicure. All right. Probably... Burglar, Vulture, similar. Oh yeah, that's right. I should have taken the Vulture because we could trigger... no, we could trigger life loss. Yeah. Mike wants to play the Skelly. I don't think we're playing Disfigure this turn. So yeah, I like the skeleton. Yeah, Burglar actually maybe was the play. Because they can't kill both, you're right. But they still can't. Could have gone for the kill with Disfigure. I still don't see how we had the kill. Oh, with the Epicure... Yeah, but they killed it. Anything to do before swinging, though? Just making sure. Sometimes you want to anticipate before swinging. Yeah, I think we got to get the Epicure, and then we have Disfigure and Dissipate up. Hopefully you don't have a counter. All right, no counter. No counter. We could play the Blood Burglar too. Why are we... we don't even really need to keep the Disfigure up. We could play the Blood Burglar, and then they would have to go after it. And then when we have both of these on attack... Yeah, I like Blood Burglar. Blood Burglar here. And then we have Disfigure to help us get through on the attacks next turn. Actually, I think it's the deck that is currently in the Stream Decker, so it's probably just this. All right. Well, let's anticipate. Maybe we get lucky and find a way to just win. Let's take that. What is with this? Wow. Yeah, we kill the cat because we don't want the cat to combine with the Epicure, and then they're forced to block here. Ugh. So we are officially... Oh, Befuddle changes that, I suppose. We'll see if they take it here, but we should have had them... I missed a point with a skeleton earlier, so they should be at 1 right now. And, of course, they still have this play, so it's not disastrous, but sure would be nice to have them at 1. Tight one. Our murder's in the graveyard, by the way, so we have like a Bone Splinters we could get. Bone Splinters would be nice. That is not helping in the slightest, and now we're kind of dead. How are we dead on board? East wants a scoop? I don't... Maybe I'm dumb, but I don't see how we're dead on board. if we don't attack, we're not dead. Well, then let's not attack. Oh, I forgot to play Skelly. That's bad. Doesn't really matter, though. I mean, the Skelly just dies. Like, it actually doesn't matter that I didn't play the Skelly. Other than that, no, it does matter, because now they can take out the Epicure. So it matters, yeah. Oh, it looks like they're just going to do it that way. Seems fair, deck. Seems fair. Wow. Yeah, I can't complain too much. I think I punted this one away. I think we had a way to make it to game 3, and I didn't find it. But we did certainly get unlucky towards the end with our severe flood. But, yeah, what you gonna do? Deck is fine, just need a little better mix. We blocked the reef whenever we could. I don't know what you mean that you would have blocked the reef. We did too. Or did I block something else? Maybe I'm lying. Sorry if I'm lying. This looks good though. All right, found the third land, which was critical. All right, Oppo not playing on 2 is nice. We get to get in with a burglar and add a thief. Thieves and burglars all over the place. We're taking all your stuff here. Honestly, I don't care. They can have it. I'll make this trade. A boo. And extra boo that we do not have land. I'm going to hold up Convolute, and then we have Brineborn as a backup plan if there's nothing to Convolute. Angel of Vitality. I don't even know if I care with Boreal Elemental coming. I'm going to let that happen and play the Cutthroat instead. I doubt they'll want to trade, but we'll see. If they want to, it's fine. It's a flyer, but we have a Boreal Elemental. I don't know what you mean, East. Like, you're saying it's a flyer, therefore snap counter it? Must counter all flyers? I have one in theory. Maybe it dies to more removal, but we also have, it's hard, you know, harder to kill because of its targeting. Let's see what they're doing in here. Moment, Chaplain, Raise. Could leave up Blade Brand and Convolute here. Make this Brineborn quite large. Well, you could just Blade Brand it and have a meal, then keep up the Convolute. I kind of like that. I'm going to do it. We miss out on Brineborn getting big off the Blade Brand, but we're going to take it. Convolute whatever they try to do here, and then drop the Boreal. All right, double Boreal seems nice. What is this? Probably Blade Brand. I'm actually just going to take it. Let's race. And I will send in... Yeah, it could be another... It could be a moment. Do we want to offer the Cutthroat, or do we want to just offer the Burglar? I guess we'll offer both. I don't care what they do. A moment could be not great here. Well, it looks good for our race conditions. Seen a lot of trickiness from Oppo. Got to keep that in mind for the upcoming Gamer Games. Nice to get the first one, though. White, black, life gain, flyers, and tricks. Well, with flyers and tricks, I do like the Befuddle plan. Not as interested in Epicure down below in this one, but I can see bringing in Befuddle for the Convolute on the draw. Befuddle looked like it had good applications here. What is Gamer Games? I don't know what you mean, grumpy old Buddha. Yeah, I'm gonna ship this. Oh yeah, game or games, in that we might have one more game, we might have two more games, depending on how things go. Would I ever bring in Zephyr Charge? Unlikely. I'm not sure what world... Like, we have our own flyers, so like, what are we launching? What's the value of launching stuff in the air for us? We're definitely keeping this. No 2, but a couple of nice 3s in one of our Boreals. And there's a 4. Would love a 2-drop, though. Come on, 2. Right off the top. Perfect curve out. No 2. Probably drop the Seer for... Depending on what they do here. I want to threaten something to trade with that Knight. Yeah, let's go with the Seer over the Thief, because what I want to do right now is block, not attack, and Seer is the value blocker, and Thief is the value attacker. Very nice captain turn. We can survive this, though, if they just slow down a little from here. Obviously dropping a profit here to gum up the ground. If they come up with another captain or inspiring charge, we're in deep, deep trouble. But if they don't, we have some outs. Befuddle, Bone Splinters. I guess we keep the Splinters, but we don't have a bat yet. Yeah, it could be inspired charge. In which case we may have to... we're going to just take some losses, frankly. But we can't play around it. We gotta make our blocks. We might be able to play around it a little bit, but trying to figure out if any of these are actually useful to us. I think the Befuddle's too slow, even though it ostensibly could do good things for us in this situation. We actually have tools. I'd rather have dig for more direct tools like Murder than keep around a clunky Befuddle. But Splinters, we may have to like squeeze in somewhere, so we could draw that next turn. Yeah, we do have Murder, but Splinters we can cast so cheaply, Mike. We can, like, squeeze it in somewhere. Yeah, we have nothing to sack in the sense of that we want to, but we do have creatures to sack. It's not like we truly have nothing. We have 1 hourglass, so I'm letting it go here. This is a critical decision. All right. That's the thing, right? We have 5 land. I think we have to keep it, Mike. It's just too cheap. Like, I'm ditching Befuddle because it's so expensive, and I'm keeping Bone Splinters because we can actually cast it as part of a 2-spell turn. Yeah, we're looking to trade off here. So if this is a successful trade-off, that's great. Going wide. There's the Splinters we knew about. Couple choices here. We can Blood Burglar and have Murder up, or we can we could Blood Burglar and Splinters, but I think we just need to Elemental and try to give them the 1 card and block with Elemental. So I'm going to play Elemental, and we're going to cross our fingers here. They clearly didn't have any inspired charges or tricks or whatever last turn, so they're going to have to draw it off the top to have it for the next combat. If they don't find such a thing, maybe they have Blade Brand or whatever, but like we're gonna do what we can. And I'm actually gonna go with the Corpse Knight here. It's dangerous. So yeah, it seems rough, but actually we can handle this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With 6 mana, though, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bone Splinters 6. Probably have to Murder the Cutthroat. And trade with the Blood Burglar, and then try to take out the Vulture next turn with Bone Splinters. Might as well try and trade with the Thief here, because we're not really in a position to attack and take damage from it anyway. And we still get Murder from this. And then we free up our choices for next turn. Not dead yet. Okay, 4, 5, 6. If we winged words, we go down to 3, which is still enough to Splinters and Blood Burglar. So I'm going to winged words first. Maybe we find a disfigure to make this a little easier on us.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Oh, wait, we can actually vulture and just try and trade in the air. It carries the risk that if they have removal, we just lose. But I'm gonna go for it. Oh, and life, great. We're not even dead to removal. I always forget about the vulture's life gain. It might have affected that match we lost. Are we doing it? I'm going to anticipate. We're very good at that. Very good at the anticipate into land, although it does clear the land off, so that's not the absolute worst. I'm going to get 2 Blood Burglars down here. We're safe even in the case of removal because we're at 3 now, so I'm going to say no attacks, and we're going to try to get out of danger through lifelink next turn. All right, we are successfully out of range here, or should be. I'm going to keep the vulture back, although honestly, we can just attack with it now. We're going to drop this, and yeah, I'm going to attack with it. We're actually fine. And that's an interesting block, to block a burglar and not the vulture. I guess they don't want us to gain any more life, but that seemed fine to me. I should have kept a card in hand in case of something like Fen Lurker. Be dumb if we got this Bone Splinter Fen Lurkered away. As it is, Oppo, you're gonna be sad. Interesting to decide. Actually, maybe we want the Blood Burglar. No, at 7 life, I feel safe enough that I'm gonna sack the Blood Burglar here. Nah, because then they just block. This is an instant. If this was an instant, we could bluff, but we can't. I'm not going to bluff there. They're absolutely just going to block, right? You wanted to use the vulture, huh, Mike? I kind of liked it, but I just felt like this can actually continue to be a threat in the air, and that the life link was no longer a huge factor for us. That was what I was thinking. But do you see why I did? Like, now we can keep attacking in the air with the vulture. I just felt like 7 was in the realm of safeness that we wanted. All right. That was a little sketchy there for a bit, but we pulled that out. Only mostly dead. Got ourselves to par even. Yeah, we probably dodged some inspiring charges there, that's for sure. Anyone keeping this? A little too sketchy to keep, I think. This looks better. I hate mulliganing, so I was tempted, but I ultimately had to throw that one back. I did only need one thing, but it wasn't land, it was a very specific type of land. We'll do this. We have the befuddle possible, but probably just would take a trade for blood burglars here. Save the befuddle for our audacious thief attack. Oh, and they're stuck on land too. Well, we're definitely gonna. I'm gonna play the backwater now because we're 100% gonna befuddle the blood burglar on the thief attack. So I don't care what we draw. That knight, of course, is super annoying, but it can't be a super annoying without 3 mana, so maybe we'll just get lucky and they'll continue to have mana issues here. I'm going to go with another thief over the Cloudkin Seer, since our thieves are successfully attacking right now. Might as well get in with that. Skelly over Anticipate. Skeleton doesn't seem like it matters much here. I'm going to Anticipate instead. Oh man, if they miss their land drop again, they might just scoop here. What a rough go of for Oppo. Mike wanted the Skelly out. One of the reasons I liked Anticipate, besides using all of our mana, is that I really want to dig to find pressure to really punish Oppo for this stumble. And Skeleton doesn't really punish them for this stumble, and we can anticipate into something that does, maybe find ourselves a Boreal Elemental. Right, Bat Meme, that's the thing. I just think Anticipate... Skeleton is whatever. It's an extra point of attacking damage or whatever, but Anticipate could be the thing that just nails the coffin, you know? And this is the only card they can get, so we're going to Anticipate and try to find a find a creature. Just like I asked for. Alright, we'll take the Boreal. Oppo gets to see their doom live and uncut. I mean, if they, like, scooped the whole event, that's fine too, I guess. I mean, if they turned off their computer in disgust, we get the match, right? Not just the game. Are they, you know, if they time out, I think we just get the match. So I don't know if Oppo is thinking they're rage quitting a game, but they're rage quitting a match, or if they're just accepting to rage quit a match, which seems crazy to me in traditional. Like, you got to fight for your. You think they're just thinking? Yeah, they're just thinking. But they didn't do anything to stop the rope to 0 for last time, so we'll see if they come up with a play here. Yeah, looks now we've seen action from them, so they're just being salty. Come on, Hobie. How you doing? Don't be like this. Nobody's like that. Now I kind of just want Seer Convolute. Except there. Do we care about that? Not really. Can't really keep up Elemental and Convolute next time, though. And it does block... Well, they don't even block the Thief. Yeah, I'll Convolute it. Just because we're not going to do anything with that Convolute for several turns, I don't think. I don't think we care, but it does allow them to double block and take out a Thief in a way that they can't in the current situation. One, two, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 7. We could Boreal draw, Boreal Skeleton. Let's Boreal Skeleton. Skeleton has 1 attack. Well, we are. That's the plan. That's got to be a scoop move. Alright, red-black aggro with a very dangerous knight, but not much we can do about that other than hope it doesn't drop on 1 and wreck us. Or that we find removal, should they do it. Red-black is kind of ground-based aggro. Maybe we do want an Epicure, but I, again, like the Befuddle plan there as well. Let's put in another Befuddle. I kind of like siding out the Convolute after we get him with it in game 1 as well. Yeah, this is fine. All right, we're on the verge of profit. We have 2 wins. If we get 3, we get our gems back, and we did a little bit of grinding, so we'll get some pure profit with 1 more match win. I think 60. Maybe it was 40. I'll check. Do I not have this one in yet? Wait, this is... Oh, this is no. Oh, I didn't do this one yet, so... We'll have to see. Alright, this looks good. I think it's 40 or 60, though. One of those two, Rob. Maybe it was just 40. Maybe we grabbed... We didn't have a mythic, did we? So it was like 2 rares. Oh, it was 60? Maybe we got 1 mythic and I'm forgetting about it? Thought we only got 2. But maybe we got 3. Well, I was hoping to avoid this on turn 1. We did not. Now we're going to try and find a way to somehow befuddle in time, but it's almost impossible to beat this thing on the play unless we get straight up murder, or ideal draw would be disfigure. If I can request a disfigure off the top, please deliver. Yeah, Blade Brand would help us out. Ooh. Well, I have a feeling they're going to find their their third land this time. But I am going to we'll play the Brineborn over the Blood Burglar, because if for some reason they decide they're not going to, like, if they don't play their third land and they attack first because they're not going to pump it or something, then we could conceivably get them. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is actually big trouble. Very, very tough to beat a turn 1 Knight of the Ebon Legion, but we're going to try. If we don't, we also want to get it dead before it gets big. As soon as it becomes a 2/3, it dodges Disfigure, which is why we don't want it to get big, but all right, well, now the kind of the race is on. They're like moving all in on the knight. We've got to find the removal. So close, so close. Okay, this actually, let's see, if they pump and it goes to 5 and then we shrink it to 1, but they get Death Touch, they'll still kill it. Dang it, it's so tough. So tough to deal with this thing. In fact, I think we're just going to wing words and look for hard answers. Hey, look, hard answer. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like, look, we got to find us a murder here, or we're kind of done. But maybe they'll keep moving in on it here with another pump. Blocking with Brineborn would have stepped us into Befuddle, then Vile? What are you talking about? Oh, because it doesn't take damage? Maybe that was correct. Okay. I at least understand what you're talking about now, but I'm not sure that was correct. We're gonna attack and murder. Yeah, we're gonna murder on their turn, give them a chance to try pumping again. Probably just going to Vile this thing out of the sky. And we can still play Skelly. And get in there. You just want to go Boreal. I mean, I guess Boreal does clear this, but I want to attack with the Cutthroat. Am I just being too aggressive? I just feel like if we Vile and Skelly, we get in for 3, and then we have a board and they don't, and then our hand looks great. So that's what I was thinking, Mike. Yeah, that's true. We have the Befuddle, so we can attack in. Worst case, they block and we Befuddle, and that's great. So I like that play at least. And then yeah, that's fine. Mike's got a great point. Let's verify that they're not going to block, and then once they don't block, then we can go ahead and do the Boreal. It was having the Befuddle as a backup plan that made me like that line. So that's good. I like that, Mike. Good call. Make him not block, and then it all becomes clear. Hopefully they stay back. I was hoping they stayed back and show an intention to block, because then we'd really get him with the Befuddle. But that's all right. This still looks good. We can go Blood Burglar Vial and have Vial activation. Start here. There is red pump, but it only costs 1, so vialing now doesn't really do anything. Yeah, but what pump spell do they have? I mean, I guess there's that 3 mana double strike one. I suppose that's enough of a reason. But Infuriate they can already cast. That's the thing. It doesn't actually do anything. So yeah, but good point. If they have it, let's make them use it on this turn. No pause, so no shock, no Infuriate. This will be good. They're almost certainly going to block with that Vulture, and we're going to get them with this Befuddle. Befuddle's been doing some serious work for us. It's not the most amazing card, but it does some serious work. We don't get the sweet Brimeborn Cutthroat instant Befuddle synergy by doing it on our turn, but it's still worth it to just 2 for 1. Okay. Oh, great. Great. We'll Befuddle on your turn. Might not even. It still continues to be a good thing to deal with blocking. We make a 4/3 Cutthroat and draw a card if we want, but I'm not sure we want to. Wow, they're attacking. Well, we could Befuddle that, prevent the damage, and grow the Cutthroat. But it feels like they're going to drop something else that we might want to Befuddle so that we can attack all. I'm going to go ahead and take this. More land. Feels like they have maybe a removal, like maybe Chandra's Outrage is gonna hit something here. No? How do you attack if you got nothing? How do they attack? How do you not try to block in that spot? Wow. Okay. Fenlurker finally keeping a land in hand works out for me. All right, they gave it up and we got our profit. Profit. All right, 3-1. It's noon, but I'm going to keep going until we're done with this event today. We got either 2 more matches or 1 more match. I don't think I have anything scheduled for this afternoon. I better make sure. That would be just like me. Miss something, hanging out with you all. I have something tonight. Sorry, I was eating and chatting there. I'm checking on my schedule for whether I can keep playing. I might have a lunch date that I need to check on. She is sleeping or trying to sleep over my yammering. Need a land, but looks good otherwise. I'm in Washington. And I'll be right back.
Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
Thank you for that sub. Appreciate that. Come on, give us a land off the top, please. All right, perfect. Gonna go ahead and play the Seer here and try and find yet more land since we're out. All right, that's good. I'll attack. Which one you want? Neither? All right. And if they attack with both, I'll gladly trade off a Seer. We've got. Ooh, well, maybe there's tricks up their sleeves, but I'm fine. We're control. We want to just trade and draw out stuff. Yeah, just Vulture here. Oh, I liked it until the Soul Salvage that makes it so we don't get any of this stuff back ever. Well, a Vulture got pacified, but Skelly gets to eat dinner, so that's not the worst. And I'm gonna Necromancer here. Get big on the board. Attacking with the Skelly because we obviously have good ground blocking now without him. I suppose that could be a female skeleton. Women have skeletons too, it turns out. Science talk on Going Optimal. We got the Befuddle. Let's crash in. Although I loved the Befuddle with Thief, but I still like the crash in. We'll keep back Skelly, though, now. And Winged Words into Thief, most likely. And look at that. I actually managed to not play out a land and optimally played my ETB tapped land when I had no other use for that mana. It's like they're racing. I'm in for the race, especially with Convolute, which currently can counter their Inspired Charge, and Murder, of course, helps with that as well. So looking good, actually. Let's get a Sprite out. Then we have Murder and Murder or Convolute plus an activation, or Befuddle. We got a lot of options here. We could Murder the Aeronaut, and then they don't have attacks or blocks. Probably smart to just do that if they don't do anything pre-combat here. Shocking. Unfortunately, they get it because even the Convolute doesn't stop this, but that's fine because we ultimately get to Murder now and they still have no attacks. Yep, they were done with that. Boros aggro. Again, kind of want the second Befuddle over a Convolute. They're casting small stuff, so if they flood out at all, suddenly Convolute is bad. So I like bringing in the combat trick, since they're seeming to be attacking and blocking. We had a pretty good one. I think if you look at my spreadsheet and look up M20 drafts where we played red-white, I think we had a good one. Yeah. You want to put the Sage's row in for what, though? Boneclad? Befuddle number 2? I guess we can do it for... No, we're not taking out Salvage. Salvage too good. Salvage too good. But we could take it... We could just do the 1 Befuddle. That's fine. A little bit of a floody 5-lander, but I can't throw back Blood Burglar on 2 and Thief on 3. Well, on the one hand, I'd say I'm happy that Oppo hasn't played a spell on 2, but they showed the alert, the 1/1 soldiers at instant, so I'm expecting a couple soldiers here. Still, soldiers can't attack into the burglar without dying unless they have a trick or whatever. All right, all right. I'm going to go Blood Burglar Skeleton here over Thief so that we can stay on D. Then Thief plus Befuddle allows a little bit of offense. Sprite not bad either. Was going to play the Thief so that we had that going, but actually Sprite in the air makes a lot of sense here. Threatens to trade with the Bird Grabber and thus strand the Loyal Pegasus without good attacks because they have to give up 1/1s to get it attacking. Could send in the Skeleton. They don't seem to have the removal. Oh, I thought for sure we did a red-white deck in this format at some point. Sorry for sending you on a goose chase. Maybe I'm thinking of War, where I know we did for sure. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out if we're supposed to get an extra point in here. I think we probably are. They've shown that they don't have the ability to kind of disrupt all of our blockers, so I'm willing to send in the Skelly for a point here. Thanks, Zoom. You can click on, there's links to all the YouTube videos for the given events. If you click on the deck name, you see an image of the deck. If you click on the on or off air designation, you'll get a link to the YouTube video. Yeah, we did okay with that, right? Wasn't that like a 5-3? I think I remember that being a 5-3. (6-3). I remember it being pretty good. Oppo about ready to have decisions made for them, but maybe they have no decisions to make anyway. Trade Bird Grabber. Isn't Pegasus a better trade? Well, if we trade the Bird Grabber, The Pegasus can't really attack without throwing away soldiers. That's the idea of leaving the Pegasus behind. But of course, if you destroy the Pegasus, then the bird grabber can't fly. So that's an interesting choice. Maybe the answer is to take it all for a turn and then rethink everything with Befuddle up next turn. But maybe Oppo has just given up. We seem to have Oppos who really like to rope us today. How's everybody doing? If they do attack with Pegasus and Grabber, what do you guys like? What do you guys like blocking? Or, you know, pull, 20-second, peg, grab, or none? I'm just curious if they attacked with everything, what you would do. I'm not sure. Kind of like the none option and just have Befuddle around. Seems exciting to me. Manu S here seems to be AFK. I should start putting MH1 in all of my voting just so that it actually tallies them. Do we get to win now, Wizards? Can we stop this? Easy game. Yeah, you never know what caused somebody to give up in a spot like that. I'm going to add that. We got a little lucky on the individual card reward there. So that bumped our grind by 2. So you said we had 60 in the draft, so that makes 80 total in this event for what we're calling Precon. And it is I'm updating my spreadsheet right now before I forget. Free to play, traditional.
Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
Oh, Queen, thank you so much for gifting some subs. That's very nice of you. Close. All right, cool. Got my spreadsheet nearly updated. Oh, wow. Drag to play functionality on MTGO, so you can ship back now without trying desperately to do that every time. I can't believe they did that. There were so many things that we were afraid to touch. That's the kind of stuff that I could not get done when I was working on Magic Online. It was just trying to get sets out the door at that point. All right, this is the final match no matter what. We're 4-1, so we're either going to finish this 4-2 or 5-1. Let's find a 5-1 here. 5-1. Sorry, Queen. I don't know why. I don't know why Rat Burglar works sometimes and not others. But here you go. This is just for Queen.
Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
Wow, Rob, I'm not sure what takes you to Chile, but that seems sweet. I love, hope business is paying for you. I love it when work sends you on cool trips. All right. Keeping this. Right on, Rob. Wow, a hammer. Haven't seen this card in a long time. Wow.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Great time for a Blade Brand. Of course, I want that Thief. Maybe we do the Thief first, but I really don't want him to get anything out of the Weaponsmith, so I'm going to go ahead and Blade Brand. Kind of want to convolute whatever they try on 3 because of all this stuff, but I love the Thief too much. We're going to go for it. Then we have Burglar and Convolute on 5. All right, and they're out of lands. That's great for us. I shouldn't have played my land pre-combat. We might have found a swamp or something, or a murder we wanted to keep up, something like that. I should have waited on land, but it's okay. Turns out we get our Convolute Blood Burglar as planned. I did it again. Even after saying I shouldn't do that, I just did it again. Ryan, tighten up. Getting loose because Oppo looks doomed, but you shouldn't get loose just because Oppo looks doomed. And in fact, we are going to hang on to, let's see. I don't see how we lose if we just hold on to Convolute here. Real Zug is asking about matchmaking in draft, and it depends on whether it's ranked or unranked. In traditional, which is what we're in, best of 3, it is unranked, and therefore all matchmaking is done based on win-loss record. Looks like we're choking a bit here. Okay. And then in ranked play, you are match made both on you're match made on your rank, but only after finding somebody of your records. They find someone of your record with a similar rank. Which day is our review? Like, which day are we going to do a set review? Is the full set out yet? I don't even know. Is Eldraine fully spoiled? If so, I'll start doing it this week. Anyway, what were we up against? I'm forgetting now. We saw a Weaponsmith and then a Forest, so like green, blue. All right, then we'll do set reviews either over the weekend or starting next week. And I like the Convolute in this spot. I think we're just running it back here. Hey, it's Dionysus. We were just talking about you this morning, buddy. Going, hope Dionysus is okay. Haven't heard from him in a bit, but you're European. I figured you were on vacation. And yes, I did read your article. It was cool. It had some tips that I'm familiar with and everything. I think my big failing on decluttering is just actually making the time to do it. Like maybe another thing you could point out in an article like that is like or some tips or thoughts on how to actually find and make the time to do that work. Because I think I get buried in my stuff because I just end up deciding to do other things. We're going to hide the Vial right now and just drop Burglar. Hey, I invented the set review. I get to do one if I want. So we got a Blade brand that would be pretty telegraphed if we sent in the Blood Burglar. I'm just going to drop a Thief and see if we can't ultimately... You know, they mulligan twice, so I'm just want to work a long-term advantage here. And it looks like we have some good cards to do that. Hey, Wang Lu. Well, shit officially getting real. There's my one S-bomb that I get like every 2 weeks for my PG-13 show. Blocking anything here, we can just take 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just take 9 and go to 11. And then what are we doing about that? Then we got to kill Trailblazer. So, question then is, do we want to trade with anything now, given that we're going to try and make them untradeable? Maybe we go ahead and trade for the Courser, because that's still going to be a problem next turn after we kill the Trailblazer. Yeah, we have to give up a Thief, but again, we're not really concerned about, oh no, we didn't get to attack with our Thief. We're just trying to survive this rush from Oppo. And not going to mess around here. Wow, they didn't take the Thief out. Interesting. Well, I'm actually just... I'm going to attack with the Thief. If they block... That's fine. If they don't block, we Vial and we take 3 next turn, which is also fine. We just go to 10. Oh, interesting. What do you think? We have Soul Salvage. I'm just going to save the Vial here and let these trade. I'm fine with that, actually. Wow! That is something else. Okay, okay. I'm going to go ahead and use the Vial on 1. Yeah, it saves the Dragonfire, but I guess we use it now. Like, we don't want to take 6. We go to 5. Better take 5 and go to... or, sorry, we take 6 and go to... I can do math, I swear. Go to 7. Or we can take 5 and go to 8. And then next turn we have... Well, we really just have Boreal, and we have to hope they're out of gas. But I'm going to do it. Like, we just can't... Really kind of a weird use of the Vial, but there you go. All right, land is good. We need, basically at this point I want to Boreal, have that work. They attack with everything, we go to 4, they're out of cards. Yeah, just play Elemental and cross fingers. Octo is not just as good because it costs 1 less. We want to use up all of our mana and then be able to 2-spell next turn. Cool, perfect. Get another Boreal. I'm going to ditch the Anticipate because we're pretty tight on mana, although it does make the Brineborn bigger, except we're going to lose it now anyway because we're going to play it and trade it. But then we might get it back. Nah, I'm going to ditch the Anticipate. If they go for the suicidal attack all in here, I think that's probably great for us. And they might do it because of that. We'll see. Yeah, we'll wait for the bow trigger and then drop the cutthroat. But it looks like they don't want to go for that anymore, so we'll just drop it now. And then if they do try to Heart Piercer bow it in a big attack, we can Blade Brand to save it, which I think... We can also just play this other elemental, but then the Cutthroat does die. Yeah, we drew this. My plan was to use this to make this big. I think it's still fine. We can salvage and Blade Brand, though. And if we do that, we do have two things to get back. Yeah, I'm going to salvage and pass here. It's a little bit telegraphed. But I do want to... I think they'll go for it, and I think the Blade Brand will be good for us. I'm going to go for it. Hey, Dexter. How goes? And yeah, if we want to trade Dragon for Elemental, because they send the ping at the Elemental, that's fine for us too. Have another Elemental behind. We've got the card advantage. We just need to not die. We just need to turn the corner and not die here. But it's tight. Like, they could draw a Chandra's Outrage and we're just dead, you know? Well, Trample's a real thing. Trample's a real thing. That's a big dude, though. And we get two spells here. We get Boneclad and Blood Burglar, or Boreal and Blood Burglar. But let's get the thing that produces the most creatures. Get rid of this Trailblazer out of their yard. I assume you were suggesting attack elemental because we could drop another elemental. I liked making the two creature... Like, we get to play 3 creatures this turn. That's pretty good. But next turn we'll attack with elemental and then drop the other one, yeah. Draw a land, we can do elemental thief even. We don't draw a land. Hooray, we haven't drawn a land. Although now we will draw our ETB tapped land to make a liar of me. I don't know, Dionysus. I'm just saying the missing link of the piece is also encouraging people to schedule that work or schedule that time. And maybe it's obvious that maybe that's a little obvious, but I don't know. Articles are sometimes about pointing out the obvious and reminding you that, you know, to get this done, you actually have to make it a priority through your through scheduling. If you're not going to do it naturally, then schedule it or something. That's what I was thinking, but it was a good read. Nice work. Okay, Brineborn trades with everything, trades with this, and Elemental does as well, and we can play both our cards, and they haven't shown anything to make that dangerous, so I do want to start applying some pressure. And we're dropping 2 more. I'm just trying to figure out how dangerous we can get here. I don't want to be in a spot where they kill the elemental and then get dragon through and one thing and So let's say assume they kill the elemental. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 against 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it's greedy hammer. I'm just trying to end it as quickly as possible. Yeah, maybe we keep Cutthroat back and just send in Octo or Boneclad. Maybe there's nothing more to it than that, Dionysus, but it could be useful to your readers to mention that in order to make sure that you're actually doing the thing, that you have to do some scheduling work. That's all. It is totally possible. I hear it differently from what you all are hearing, so if stuff is a little loud, we can absolutely tweak it. Hopefully that's a little better. Ooh, did they get us? Oh, they didn't completely get us. Oh, they completely got us. Wow, nice work, Oppo. But we weren't really playing around that spell. I mean, yeah, they just had a great play. Good work, Oppo. Well, you call it greedy, but I don't think trying to get them dead before they do something like that is greedy. Like, you just have to try and get them dead before they do something like that, right? Wow, Magic. Been a lot of laggy stuff. We still got the convolute in. We'll keep it there. Yeah, nothing else much to do here. Unless we want to bring in more befuddles, so we'll just bring it in. Throne of the Drain looks interesting and gorgeous, but I haven't really done the deep dive. We'll do set review stuff starting next week, okay? Snap Keep. We got Burglar into Winged Words, and then a couple of nice 5s. Are they tanking on the mulligan? Possibly. All the adventure stuff seems great to me. Every adventure card I've seen seems great, except for maybe the Rummage into Cast or Rummager. That just seemed okay. But everything I've seen from adventure seems like a 2-for-1, so what's not to love? What's up, Oppo? Anticlimactic timeout for the 5-win. I'll take it. I'm a simple man. I want 5 wins. Nah, actually, I don't root for people to DC. If Oppo is having computer issues, I feel for them and hope they find their way back. All right, well, now they've got one turn to show up, or we just get this one. Gosh, that would be anticlimactic, but I'll still put 5 wins in my spreadsheet. I hope Ashanga, if they do in fact time out for the loss, knows the reimbursement link. If you all have this kind of issue, assuming Ashanga, our opponent, is having troubles based on complications with changes that Wizards has made, you can... Oops. What is that? Oh, that was a... I tried to copy... I made a note of Mike... Sorry, that was a note from Mike on how to use his spreadsheet thing, but what I meant to do is copy this link. Why didn't that copy? Let's try again. Copy. Wow, okay. I'll just do it this way. Well, really anticlimactic way to get a 5th win there, especially after Oppo did such a great job to come back in that game to force a game 3. Anyway, the link I just posted there is for if you have technical issues with the software and want to request, report the bug and request reimbursement from Wizards, you can do so. But hey, look at this. 5 wins. All right. Not going to complain. Let's open these packs. Mythic wild card. Kind of just want mythics to help fill out our M20 a bit. But 20 in gems. I'm going to count our grind. There's 20. Wild card. 40. 60. And 80. So another 80 on that grind to get us to 160 on the grind, plus 2100 victory gems. 5-1 in the results. And yeah, looking closing in on 14,000 gems, and our next event is likely to be a free-to-play, so if we can get a couple of wins in a, not free-to-play, but gold-based, ranked. If we do a ranked draft next and get a couple of wins, we'll get to 14K. Good question. How close are we? I don't think we're very close. We don't seem to be drafting or opening mythics, so I don't feel like we've made much progress on our mythics, actually. Let's see, is it Vault that we look up? Yes, Vault. So I still use, here I'll go to left screen to show you guys this. I use a program called MTG Tracker to track my completion rates. It's easier than kind of trying to scan your collection, and we're down here at oh, look, I have 4 of 96 uncommons, but we're on M20 with only 40 of 84. We're 20 away. I think it's 61. Is it 60 or 61? There's like, it's around the neighborhood of 60. So we're 20 mythics away. That's not impossible, but I doubt we'll get there by the end of the format or anything. No, I'm not counting. When I say 20, see, we have 40 of 84. So when I say 20, we need to get to like 60 of 84 to have all the ones from the booster packs. And the remaining whatever of 84 are the ones you're talking about. The unopenable Planeswalker mythics. And that's why 212 of 260 is already there. Even though we're technically, what is it? You know, some 40-something, 48 rares short. We already have the rares that are in the packs. Yeah, we'll get some from Mastery. That'll help. That's a good point. We want to look at our Mastery situation here. We are at level 99 now. And so maybe I'll do some grinding off air tonight and see if we can't hit 100 tomorrow. If we can clear, if I can just get 500 XP, our next quest will give us the other 500. So I'll try and earn 500 tonight. And we can have fun tomorrow opening the Mastery Pass at level 100. That'll be fun. In the meantime, let's find someone to raid, and I'm going to see what I can do for my lovely wife to help her through her illness. Sorry that she came home sick today. All right, we got Movius, we got PVDDR. I've never rated PV. You want to go see what PV's up to? He's never on when I'm on. Oh, and he's playing drafts. Okay, let's do it. I've never rated PV before. I'm going to do it. I don't even know if he knows who I am, but we've met. I just don't know if know if he knows what I'm up to with going optical. Going optimal. I'm not doing anything with going optical. Oh, I am going to an optical appointment tomorrow morning, which does remind me, tomorrow morning I have, I'm taking my kids to 7 a.m. and 7:40 a.m. optical appointments. That should be enough time for me to get back by 9. But if I'm a little bit late tomorrow, that's what's up. I'm just going optical and a little late with it. All right. Wow, PV looks like he's got a white-blue deck. So go check that out. Tell him hello from me, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks.